7-year-old little girl sells lemonade to fund her own brain surgeries. By now, I'm sure everybody has seen this viral article of a 7-year-old Alabama girl selling lemonade at a local restaurant, a local bake shop, in order to raise money for her own brain surgeries. And of course, as we've seen, this is nothing new. We see feel-good stories like this, which are actually fucking dystopic hell stories, being repackaged as a feel-good story about, kids doing something to raise charity, to raise money, to cover the cost of like student lunch debt or some kind of surgery. This is something that seems like it pops up on my timeline. I'm sure it's the same on your timeline. Stories like this pop up constantly on news media, at local news outlets, on our timelines. And I saw this one in the way that the CBS 42 channel was packaging it. They did like a photo op with this little girl. And I don't know what more we need to see a case for Medicare for all. That healthcare should be a human right. I mean, is there anybody that... these sort of stories must work on people, must get positive ratings, or must make everyday people feel heartwarming if they keep pitching them. But I just wonder, is there anybody that sees stories like this, quote unquote, I hope I make it, 7-year-old Alabama girl selling lemonade to fund her own brain surgery? Do people actually see these kind of articles and feel heartwarming? Do they feel good? Are they wow, what a brave little girl, what a brave little boy or girl. I can't believe they're doing that. Wow. Do people actually feel positive about that? Or do they look at it the way that we do, where we're like, what the fuck? Why is this even necessary? And this is really just a prime example of the fucking dystopic hellscape we're living in this country, where children have to get a job, for lack of a better word, or do a fundraiser. I mean, what? I think we've all seen the figures of how many GoFundMe accounts are used to finance medical bills. Is this really the state that we're in this country? How is healthcare as a human right even a fucking question? And actually, I just went and did a quick Google search right here. I typed in kids raise money news on Google. And I just want to read some of these first stories that pop up here. And it's more of the same shit as this. Kids raise money for frontline caregivers, St. Charles Health. Kids use birthday to raise money for COVID-19 survivor. Chicago's 7-year-old raises money for hospital's pandemic gear. Kids raise thousands to help those hit hardest by COVID-19. Local students raise money virtually to help kids. Kids raise money for local school by throwing snowballs. Top kids as family battles cancer. Loudon Teens leads campaigns to raise money. So that's just the first page on Google. 10 different stories of kids raising money to either help with the pandemic response because our government can't fucking do shit. It can't even get PPE gear to frontline workers and healthcare workers. Kids raising money to cancel student lunch debt. Kids running money to help somebody who has fucking cancer. And how many other stories have you heard about, I think I saw one where teachers pooled all of their vacation days to help a staff member not get fired while he was battling cancer or some shit like that. I mean, how many stories like this do we see every day? And can you imagine being from an actual first world country, an actual developed country that has healthcare as a human right, and looking at this shit and seeing this shit in American news and being like, what the fuck? I mean, even think, and I'm sure you guys have seen this meme or whatever, think about Breaking Bad, right? One of the most popular shows in America. And it's about a good-hearted, gentle man, chemistry teacher in New Mexico who becomes a hardened fucking sociopathic drug lord in order to pay for his medical debt. I mean, how many stories like this do regular everyday working people need to see before they realize that healthcare needs to be a human right? It's not like this in the rest of the world. Why the fuck is it like this in the richest, supposedly the most richest and most powerful and bestest country on the entire world. Why is it like this? I see stuff like this and I can't even wrap my head around it. And actually, guys, I just want to read a little bit of this CBS 42 article about this 7-year-old Alabama girl, because the way that they even wrote this story just makes me fucking sick. Savage's Bakery in Homewood is now serving a new kind of lemonade, a special concoction customers won't find on their regular menu. Liza Scott, the 7-year-old daughter of owner Elizabeth Scott, has set up a lemonade stand inside the bakery because when life gave her lemons, she made lemonade. Yeah, that's fucking real. That's fucking real. That's a real article in the United States of America. And we can talk about how fucked up it is that kids have to do this kind of shit in the first place. But how much more fucked up is it that a news media outlet can... Who the fuck wrote that? Jesus, man. Like, oh. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get through this video, but my God. Because when life gave her lemons, she made lemonade. Who the fuck wrote that? What kind of human being wrote that about a 7-year-old little girl that needs brain surgery and she's selling fucking lemonade in order to finance it? Furthermore, where is the staff that they went and did this photo op, and I'll roll it quick up here in the corner for you. This little quick clip. Right? So who the fuck at this news media outlet, at this news station, the staff between the anchors and the guys who wrote this fucking insane article, they could probably raise enough money to pay for her fucking surgeries, right? But no, instead they make a cute little article about it. When life gave her lemons, she made lemonade. Fucking insane, man. I can't even believe it. This is probably the worst one I've read yet, and I see shit like this every other week, Here, let me read a little bit more of this to you guys. For her customers, these tasty, thirst-quenching treats are just that. But for Liza, they're a sign of hope and perseverance in the face of adversity. The proceeds from each glass of lemonade will help fund Liza's upcoming brain surgeries. Quote unquote here, she has 3 cerebral malformations, Scott said. One is what they call a schizencephaly. I don't know if that's fucking right. I can't read that shit. So it's a cleft in the frontal lobe in the right side of her brain, and we think that's what's causing the seizures. It was less than a month ago that Liza began having grand mal seizures. Weeks later, doctors learned this spunky, loving, fearless, bright, and happy girl, quote-unquote, has an, quote-unquote, extra special brain. Fuck, I don't even want to read any more of that. But I just wanted to make a quick video touching on this because the ultimate cringe just made me want to throw up. And I'm actually going to see if I can get my hands on this little girl's GoFundMe or PayPal. I don't know if they have something, but I'm going to drop it in the box down and run across here. And if you guys have any extra money to spare, let's see if we can help this little girl out instead of fucking making a buck off of her on local news media. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for you. I just wanted to read you a little bit of this article and just show you how prevalent this kind of shit is. I know we all see it every fucking day. Some absolute capitalist hellhole story being repackaged by local news media as something heartwarming and wonderful and an act of charity in a cold, hard world. But yeah, I just wanted to share that for you guys. That's all I have for you. As always, guys, I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon. Bye.
Yes, I know.